So it's kind of hard to, I don't have a microphone. I don't even know what kind of microphone you would buy for an iPhone. I'm not ready to do an actual introduction yet, but I'm having an emotional day. I don't know if that means the TMS isn't working or what. It's only been the first week. I just need something to help even if it doesn't work, because I don't want to take medication if I don't have to. It doesn't work anyway. I hear people. Anyway, I realized today while I was sitting on the couch watching Foxes Afloat, which I highly recommend. Very good channel. In fact, I'm going to take some of the cues of how he does his channel, because I think it's very well organized and they do a good job, and such a cute couple. I joined the military in 1989, February 8th, 1989 to be exact, in the Air Force, and I was in Germany, England, Germany, lodges, and then Arizona. My life changed so much when I got out. I'm really sorry I got out. I loved being in. And that was my choice to get out. I didn't have to. I could have done things differently, but for some reason I chose not to. And so I got out. I spent the better half of my life from 89 to 98 consumed with the military. And then when I got out from 99 until 2004, I was consumed with sobriety. I stopped drinking in 1999. Haven't had a drink since. I sometimes regret that because I could really use one. And I'm not happy sober. I have not been happy sober. I've had okay happy moments, but I'm not happy sober. So I'm working on it. The depression started a long time ago in the military, on and off, and when I got out, there's something that happens to people when they have a job like the military and they get out and that job is no longer a requirement. There's something that happens to people. Some people get out and they get a good job and they're fine and they go about life, and then there's other people like me who are completely lost. And I'm gonna get too emotional, so I'm gonna stop talking about that. But anyway, so spent that part of my life consumed with the military, the other part of my life consumed with being sober. And then I had a child, and I've spent the last 16 years, almost 17, consumed with my son. And the last, probably since about, I don't know, 2013-ish, consumed with my depression. It was on and off and it was manageable, but now then my brother got told that he had cancer, and we were really close to losing him a few times for a few years, about 5 years or so. Lots of chemo, lots of in and out of the hospital, lots of struggles, lots of everything for him. And you know, that kind of, it's not his fault, but that just was devastating to all of us. I think that kind of put the icing on the cake. And then I did a couple of moves that didn't quite work out, and moved to Washington. I love Washington. Washington will always be my favorite place. And then we left there and came back here. It's not my favorite place to be. Various reasons. Over the last probably 2 or 3 years, the depression has gotten really bad. Really bad. Like, I'm just trying to stay alive. My son needs me. I need him. If it wasn't for him, you know, I don't know if I'd still be here, to be honest. So I'm grateful for my son. Here we are. And I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm not exactly sure why, because I've been wanting to do it since my son started playing Minecraft, like years and years ago. It was a long time ago, and I've been just thinking, and the other day I have all these videos on my phone that I do of myself and my house and just things around the area I live in, and I send them to people all the time, and they get annoyed. I know they get annoyed. but I'm not working right now. So I have a lot of time on my hands, and all my friends have moved away. So I'm here basically alone with just me and my son and a couple of family members. We hardly see each other anyway, me and my family. So I think that might be enough about me. I am having a weird day, but for some reason, doing these videos, I don't know how to explain it, but it's okay. Like, it wasn't okay for all these years, and then the other day I just decided, okay, why not? My sister-in-law kind of encouraged me because I'm always sending them stuff, and they're like, you should put some of these online, and I never do, and so now I am. So, who's behind me? Someone's behind me. I had to get out of the house. I needed some oxygen. My son is autistic, and I cannot get him off that damn computer. Oh my God, like, I am trying so hard. Sometimes I'm just like so frustrated. I cry. Like, I sit on the couch while he's in his room, not listening to me, and I just cry because it's so important to have more than a computer in your life. I mean, it's hard to explain why to somebody who has autism. I love my son. I wouldn't trade him for the world. He's a really decent guy. He's very kind, and but he can come off a little rude, even though he doesn't mean to. You know, those dendrites don't quite match up like everybody else's. And when I'm listening to Foxes Afloat, he talks about that. And he talks about some of the things that he has going on. And I go, well, maybe I should get tested, because some of the things that he deals with, I actually deal with. But I don't think I have autism. I just think, you know, it's just me. Although I've never been tested. Is it hereditary? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, so it's not uncommon for Gulf War veterans to have kids with autism. I'm not going to go into that. That's depressing too. And that's another story for another day. Anyway, I wasn't actually in the Gulf War. I was in during the Gulf War and went on some deployments during that time. Some interesting ones I'll talk about later, maybe, if I keep doing this. He is a little bit like other people, where he doesn't like if he's interested in a Comic-Con type thing or a gaming thing, he can be in certain situations with crowds and noise, but 99% of other things he cannot handle it. So yeah, and he's very sensory sensitive. Our house is very quiet. He needs it to be quiet, and so I abide by that and let him have that. That is very hard on me though, because I like sometimes I go to my sister's house and it's absolute chaos. There's dogs and cats and people and noise and grumbling and but sometimes I like that, you know. I like noise. I like loud music. I like to play music while I'm cleaning the house and while I'm doing stuff, and I can't do any of that when he's home. I can't. He will come out and turn it off. I'm not complaining. I love my son. He's a beautiful person. He's very kind. I could put him, like, if I needed him to go somewhere and be taken care of or watched, sort of, I could leave him with anybody. He will, even when he was little, he will never misbehave, like, except with his friend Cameron. They act up. But everybody else, he will behave, he will stay to himself, he'll obey what they ask, you know. And he's never trying to be a problem, even though people perceive it that way. That's not how he is. He is just being himself. And he's not trying to be rude. He's not trying to make people mad. He's not trying to do any of that stuff. He's, you know, he's just trying to get through the day like everybody else. And he has a condition that doesn't make that easy for him all the time. And so a quiet house helps prevent meltdowns. However, staying on the computer for excessive amount of times creates meltdowns. And anyway, that's all stories for another day. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. That's a little bit about me, and I think it's enough. So, we were talking about something last night about the house, and like, you know, I'm very frustrated with my house, if everybody hasn't figured that out by now. So how are you doing? I didn't want her to think I was talking to myself. So, okay, bye. So, I've made it to the park. I'm having an emotional day. It's just, I guess the TMS isn't working yet. I don't know how long it takes to work. I don't even know if it's going to work. I know that I'd rather do that than take medication. Say hello to Gandalf. Say hi. Say hi, baby. Beautiful boy. Hi. Oh, he's a good boy. Yes, you are. You're so precious. I love you. Oh. So I just wanted to add one last thing. I did talk about my brother, and I just wanted to say that his last test was very positive. So he is still with us, even though he's gone through a lot. He is still here, and we are all very, very grateful, believe me. Anyway, okay, that's all I wanted to add. Just chit-chat for a second and see how that goes. Here, let me get over there. I just want to see nature. I don't want to see any buildings. So I'm trying to hold this so that you can't see the houses. Anyway, so what am I gonna say? A little bit of an introduction, I think. I live in the desert. You can see the plants back there. It's the desert. Some areas are not so deserty, but okay. So I'm hoping that nobody can really hear me, because I might share some personal information that I normally don't share. I am in this TMS therapy that's supposed to take away those rough days. I don't know if it started working yet, because I'm feeling very discombobulated. And I want to stay where I can see people, so I know if people are listening or not. Which is weird, because I'm putting it on YouTube. They're waiting for my son. He's in the restroom. Gandalf, what are you doing? Are you trying to get in there? What? He'll be out in a minute. You just have to wait, Bubba.